Welcome everyone to today's exciting webinar, Revolutionise Safety Management with Viking Mobile and QR Code Integration. My name is Christina and I am an Operations Consultant with Myosh and your host for today. Joining me today is the amazing Antonio Flores, who is a Senior Consultant with Myosh and our resident online learning and QR Code King. We're thrilled to have you join us as we explore the remarkable benefits of QR codes and the powerful Viking Platform App. This session is designed to show you how to seamlessly capture safety management data, both online and offline, transforming the way you manage safety in the field. Throughout this webinar, you'll discover how integrating QR codes and mobile apps can boost efficiency and productivity, ensure accuracy and compliance, increase accessibility, and so much more. Now, before we get started, just a little bit of housekeeping. We'll have both the chat and QA boxes open, and we encourage you all to be as interactive and involved as you can. We will throw to you all throughout to hear your thoughts and answer any questions you may have. And we are very, very excited to say that we're recording this webinar, so we'll be able to share it with you all after today's session. I'll email it to everybody who's joined, and if you have to duck out halfway through, that's so fine. I'll send it through to you after that anyway. So without further ado, I'll throw to Antonio and we'll go from there. Take it away, Antonio.
Oh, thank you, Christina. And look, they're very excited to be here today. Nice to meet you all. I see some familiar names today, which is great that you're here. Thank you for supporting us. My name is Antonio, and I'll be taking you today to something that I found very exciting and helpful. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from clients like you attending today about how you've been using it and how this has helped you. If you have any questions, like Christina said, just put it in the chat. It's going to be a really easy, nice session. I'll be completing an inspection live, so we see what happens, but I'll break it down into little sections. And yeah, we go at the end. Let me know any questions. I'm ready to start now, if that's okay.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get ready. So first, I need to share my screen. So give me 1 sec, share screen. And let's just double check with Christina that we can see my screen nice and clear. Can you see my screen nice and clear? So what do we see on the screen? Okay, perfect. We see this on the screen. Amazing. Now, the first thing you see, this is going to look very familiar to you. So at the moment in this screen, you can see this is your dashboard or your Myosh. When you log in into your software or to your schema, you log in here. Before we can actually use the app, and Christina mentioned using the QR codes, we have to first create the QR codes for the particular forms that you want to use. And that will be as simple as going into administration, which I have open in the background ready just before, but administration will be at the bottom here. Then we just go into the form, the particular form that you want to share. As you can see, inspections, I chosen inspections today because there's many inspections available and you can customize inspections as well. But I have chosen this module just to show you, like, if I only want to show 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 inspections available on the app or create the QR code, this is how you do it. First, to make sure this inspection is showing on the app, I have to go into the inspection itself. Remember, in the form and workflow definition. And when you open the inspection, there's going to be an option here called mobile. So make sure, because, and this is actually feedback from clients that they have contacted me for, hey, Antonio, I can't see this inspection on my mobile app. What's going on? So, oh, have you checked is actually enabled for the app? Oh, no, I didn't know. That's exactly what it is, as simple as just going here. So once that's enabled, yes, please.
You can actually change what people see on the app. They don't have to see all the forms. They can see only specific forms.
Correct. Exactly correct. And just to add to what Christina said, if you notice, like, oh my God, I have so many inspections in the app, then you can come and disable some of them by just clicking here. Now it's disabled. Now it's enabled. As simple as that.
Eliminate a lot of overwhelm for people.
Exactly. Especially if your team, they only doing 2 or 3 the same inspections all the time, or they don't need to really worry about other forms available, then you just disable it for them. Same with the how many records you want to be loaded. So all these here is for you to customize what you see on the app. So once that's done, very easy. So I make sure it is enabled. Then going back to the same form, I would just go pick the form, click on it, and then you see you have the option to share. Now here there's two choices. Apart from the app, you can also share the link. So by sharing the link, it will, if you send that link to someone, it will do the web version of the software. Okay, just in case they don't have the app or you don't want to use the app, you can do a web version. See, and it will look similar to what we see on the screen right now, but it could be done on a tablet or on a mobile device as well. But if you want to take advantage of the app, what you do, you just create a QR code, copy, paste it, and then you send that. Any questions so far up to date from the audience or?
Yeah, there is actually one. Does this only work within the Viking app?
Correct. So if you're a Myosh Viking client, yes, the Viking app will be the one that you do this. And I'll be showing live very soon. We're going to complete this inspection, the forklift inspection live. And surprise, I got the QR code ready for you. So
Yes,
I printed it.
earlier.
Oh, I'm prepared. Don't worry about it. I got the app ready on my other screen. I'm just going to bring it across soon. But this is just to show you that you can create a particular form. Now, the other thing that you can do, and this is optional as well, if you go into one of the modules, let's say incidents is another popular module that people use to report, because on the mobile app, you can report an incident. And if you have a tablet with the cellular data or a mobile phone, you can even share the location. But I'll show that very soon when I go through the app layout and options in the app. But let's say if I want to send somebody in the team to have a look at a report that I'm working on, you can also do the following. So if you go into, let's say this report is pending sign off. So a door fell on foot, it's an injury, and you want somebody to have a look at it, you can just go to the report itself. And there's the option here. Oh, let me open it first. There's the option to share, and you can do the same. So you can do that. So here, share. You can either send the link or send the QR code if you want somebody from the investigation team, for example, or the person in charge of signing off. You can also send the specific record as well.
So this would cut out a lot of time for the person who needs to go and check that form. From jumping in, logging in, finding all the forms, going through all the other items on their desk, on their dashboard. This will take them straight to where they need to go.
Exactly. And that's the whole like maximizing time and efficiency instead of like going through, oh, what report it is. Sometimes you will have, and it's been the case that you have similar reports that the description is very similar, or they are on the same date, same site, same manager, same person reported it, and you don't want to go to the wrong record, then this will allow you to go straight to where you need to go, which is pretty good. So that's just a bonus tip. I assume everybody here is using Myosh already, which is great.
I've got one question.
Yes, please. Yeah.
From Ken. Ken's asked, once that's created, does the QR code stay constant to that record, or do you need to update the QR code if you update the record?
The QR code will stay, especially for the inspection, which on that note, Ken, thank you for asking. Yeah, there's a great example for that will be, and this is coming from clients like you. They say, oh, what about if I have a float of vehicles? So when I want my driver to do the pre-check, the pre-start check, that means I can print the QR code on each vehicle, create a form or a questionnaire or an inspection for each vehicle. So next time the driver jumps in, they scan, complete the inspection, supervisor approved, and then whoever is in the office, they can see, oh, an inspection has been completed and it's passed. Yes, so that's gonna maximize, so that way you don't have to go into a list. 1 second, there's a Bobcat here, there's another Bobcat here, which one is which? Registration number, that registration, no. So with the QR code, you just come scan and go straight to the one that you need. Perfect. But we're gonna do that now. So if you have any questions on how to create the QR codes, or if you forget, like Christina said, the video is gonna be available for you to watch again. Or you can always reach out to us and we'll be happy to send you the instructions or meet you at any point. So that's what we're here for. We're here to support you. All right, now I'm gonna go and show you the app if that's okay. So let me just put this down for a second and I'll bring my app across. So I'm using the app on an iPad, and this is how it looks. And you see the app nice and clear. It's on the screen, all good, perfect.
Yep.
Now, when you log in with the app, if you haven't used the app yet, I would definitely recommend you to download it and just give it a go. If you want to use it or not, that's optional, but it's actually very nice. Any questions regarding using the app or downloading the app so far or not yet?
No, Rebecca did have one question though, just going back to what we were previously discussing.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Rebecca mentioned that we were doing that through the inspections module. Can the same be achieved by adding into the equipment maintenance tab?
Yeah, and I can go happy to go back for you, Rebecca. 1 second, that's relevant. So any module, so here I have equipment maintenance here. But if I go into, remember, administration, and then form workflow definition, if I find equipment maintenance, then this is the form, right? Equipment maintenance form. I can just go there and then create a QR code for that particular form. So that means this is for you to create a new record. So when you create the QR code for the form in the admin is to create a new inspection, a new equipment, a new record. Versus when you go into the module itself, like I did with incidents, is to link and to go straight to a record that is already created so you can find it quicker. That's the two possibilities with this.
Awesome.
So any question, please let me ask. And I think last time somebody asked me, do I have to pay for the app? Do I have to pay extra for using the app as in an extra license or so? And the answer is no. So it's you already are user there.
There's no extra fees and there's no different login to access the app. It's the same.
No, it's the same logins that you're using right now, and it's part of your membership with us. You can download it and use it. But remember, there's also the mobile version, the web version of the browser kind of thing. But I will be talking about the benefits of either very soon. So I'm just going to go show the app now. Sorry. But thank you, Rebecca, for the question. Now, so this is what the app look like on an iPad. On the iPhone will look pretty much the same, or on a mobile device, let's call it, or a little bit smaller, but both are perfectly fine. So first we have the home here, which it will show you here. I'm trying to move on the screen. It will show you here what modules you are subscribed to. You have the scan QR code option, which is exactly what we're going to explore today very soon with this. And then just the frequently use. So, and that's actually really cool because as you can see, the first one I have on the list is the forklift inspection. That's the one that I use on my demonstrations. But also we have at the bottom, just here, and let me move my desktop, my screen out of the way. There you go, perfect. We also have here what module. So if we go here, it will show you, okay, we have these modules. So that way you can go straight. If you only have one form or one form, then that's fine. But when you have multiple, that's when it's the benefit of what I showed you before, that you can say, okay, I just want to see in this module, I only want to see 5 inspections instead of 50 inspections and things like that.
And so you're only going to be able to see what you have access to see in your app, aren't you?
Correct. And what you subscribe to, because obviously as a demo, I have a lot of modules here, but if you only subscribe to 5 modules, that's what you see here. Now, another cool thing about the app is the fact that you can check also what's assigned to you and in activity. So you can see as a user, oh, I have all this on the app itself, which you can still like maximize, going back to the maximizing time. If you are offside and you need to, oh, I really need to put something together in the system, you don't have to wait until you get to the office to do it. You can actually do it here. Exactly, when it's fresh, because one of my clients' feedback was like, oh, this has been a game changer for us because we had to do an inspection once, and something needed to be replaced, like something with the tires of the vehicle. They were able to take a photo. The inspections failed. Head office, they saw that and they organized somebody to go and take care of that, like quicker than waiting for the person to take a photo, do it manually on paper, going back to the office. And yeah, like you said, just fresh in your mind that you know exactly what happened. And the ability to drop pins for locations, especially for incident reporting, when something is not safe or a hazard that you need to come and isolate it, do some controls or fix it. then the ability to drop pins for the location will then next time take you straight there, which is great, especially if you are out of nowhere.
I guess that also encourages your staff and your contractors to actually use the app, because it eliminates the long-winded thought, like processes of going back to the office and writing things down, and basically it just lets them get things off their mind straight away and get back to doing their job. And it allows the safety aspect of it all to not be a burden, because you're getting it done straight away.
Yeah, and when we talk about safety, like timely reporting, it's a game changer for you and for the business and for the people involved. If it's an incident, an injury, timely reporting will impact in your results anyway. Now let's go back to the home, because like I said, I got here the QR code. So all I need to do on the app, I'm just gonna look at this way because my iPad is on this side. So when I open the QR code, you don't see this, by the way. I just made this so it looks nice when I open it. Otherwise, you see just an empty wall behind the iPad. So you just need to get the QR code, bring it across. And if you see now, I'm straight away into that inspection.
Instant.
So what you see on the screen, if you see here, you can see there's a few little dots. That's how many pages or sections the inspection has to complete. But you can also access those sections here.
Yeah, right.
Now, let's say, and I just for a minute say that this is a incident report. So when you are completing an incident report on the app, if you select things like vehicle involved, was an injury, then this will open up those sections for you just as on the computer. So the similarities and the ease of use is the same for both, I would say. But here I know I have 6 sections to complete. Obviously, the first section is for the hierarchy. If you are a supervisor and you go to different sites or you go to different places.
Depending on what role you are in, will depend
Correct.
on what parts you need to answer.
Correct. And if let's say today I'm not in Mount Bryan, I'm somewhere else, I can just go and change the site here. So that's exactly as on the computer. But I'm going to keep it as Mount Bryan. That's the default. There you go. Now, obviously, everything that you have set up as mandatory will be with the little star mark. Then I'm just gonna keep going. So page number 2, location inspection. So I'm just gonna complete it here. Okay, I'm just gonna say was in the garage. So inspection day is today. So here, to open. So today was the 27th, 27, 26, 27. Wow. I'm going in the big, and if I want, I can be sent a reminder on the 29th. Now here, who you're gonna notify when this inspection is completed. So if you are just the person reporting, but you're not really in charge of actioning or anything. So let's say I'm a user of this and I'm just reporting this, completing the inspection. I'm the driver, completed my inspection of the forklift. Then I need to send it to Martin Manager, because that's what I'm using right now for this demo. So just Martin Manager is the person in charge. Perfect. If I have any comments, I can just go, please check. Oops. Please check. There you go. Now, who is going to be the person accountable? I can add a second person. So I'm just going to add myself again. So that way we can see it reflected in the computer later. So here, what type of thing I'm going to, oh, that's not mandatory, so don't worry about it. And a brief description. Let's just go for that. Perfect. I completed this section. Now, if you see at the bottom, it's the syncing completed. That's because I'm already connected to Wi-Fi. Now, a plot twist, you can use the app even without connection. So even if you on the app, you are offline, it will be capturing the data on the app itself, saves it in the app. And then when you go back to either Wi-Fi or 3G data, 4G, 5G, then it will immediately sync with
So
and
it
report.
automatically syncs. Soon
Correct.
as
So no, correct. Like Christina is correct. Now, if what's a good example of this, I'm in the middle of nowhere, there's no reception. Oh, I know my tire just went flat. I need to report the incident for the vehicle. The minute I go back to my hotel or the place, it will send or it will update in the system, and the person in charge will get a notification. I'll show you that next after this is finished. I'll show you how that translates to your system or to the person in charge of in the office, for example.
And can the QR code, Andrew had a good question, can the QR code be scanned outside of the app? So rather than opening the Viking app and scanning the QR code, can you scan that QR code like you normally would with your phone in your camera mode? And would it open the Viking app?
It should open, but let's do it here live, Andrew. So let's do this for science. Now, a look, module is looking for it. I think for that one, you might need to send the link. Like right now, if I'm using my iPhone to scan it, it's finding the QR code, but let's see, unless I don't have the permission, because no, I don't have the permission. So I think for this one, definitely will be the app. I'll show you what you can do without the app soon, because there's one part that you don't need the app at all. And it's another new module or something extra that we've been doing. And we did a webinar a little bit ago about it, but I'll do a quick, it's relevant to this topic. But for this, Andrew, you need the app. If you share the link, though, that would take you to the web version of the software. So, but you know what, that's something that we can always ask support. Hey, can I please configure if it's possible? We can always follow up with you if you want. But thank you for the question. Now I'm gonna complete the inspection super quick here. I just go, yep, I go, my keypad is working, and yes, it's all in good condition. My tires look like this, yes. Does my seatbelt look like this? Yes. So the reason I'm saying yes to everything is just to show you something that happens and is related to scores, which you can build on your inspection or not. It's entirely optional. So here, I did all my forklift inspection, and this is gonna be a pass. There you go.
So keep in mind, we don't have to have all of these questions.
Oh, that's just sample.
Yeah. Like this is just purely for this example, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, correct. And I just wanted to show you this. So here I answered 18 questions, and you create your inspection as much with pictures, with many questions, with scores, with no or whatnot. But here, there you go, 18 questions. 18 is the maximum question that you can answer, because some of them you can say not applicable. So then this number will be low, and I got 100%, so it's a pass. Right? So you get perfect, that's a pass. Signature, and if you see here, get location. So that will then give you the coordinates for where that happened if you need to report an incident that is outdoors. Here I'm just gonna sign, and I just go add a photo. If you need to, for example, you see that we had the tires. Do the tires look like this for the forklift, for example? You can say no, and then you can set up the inspection to say, okay, take a photo, and then you can add the photo. And last but not least, I think that's done. I'm gonna finish the inspection, and I say, yeah, complete. And now it's syncing. There you go. The record has been submitted. Perfect. Now, what happens when this is completed? If I go back, let me just go back. I can see it here if I need to, but I can also see it on the computer. So let's go back to the computer now. Any questions on the app, or all good so far?
We do have one question.
Yes, please.
Can this system integrate with AI video technologies when undertaking assessments? So I'm not sure if that's more a online learning thing, or assessments as in inspections, do you mean, Wayne? Or how do you take that, Antonio?
Honestly, if you can elaborate a little bit more,
Yeah,
Wayne,
we might need a little bit more.
Or if you reach out to us, just to a little bit more context, but
we are constantly looking into and undertaking research and actively developing updates.
AI, yeah.
With AI at the moment, though, so it's all very exciting, that part of our company.
So I reckon we're doing a lot of things with AI, so that's actually a great question. So we'll take it offline, and if you reach out to us, Wayne, we can follow up with the support or the configuration thing just to see what they say. Now, always I have completed the inspection. Let me just go and find it. So I need to go here, the forklift pre-operational inspection, and there you go. So that's the one today. Yeah, that's the one today. I obviously put the wrong day. And Mount Bryan, it should have been this one. Let's have a look. So no, that's the, let me find myself here. Phone name, Martin Manager. Let's open this one, which is the recent one. And we can see the inspection has been completed. The answers have been checked. Oh, this wasn't me, but. And if there's any comments, anything, it will be there. And they see operator signature. Now, what? Let me go back 1 second. The other thing that QR codes can do for you, and I'll show you very soon. Let me just change the status. Status completed. Don't. That's the one I mean. There you go. That's the one that we just completed. So real time, and because it was assigned to me, I will get a notification saying an inspection has been completed. Remember that you can always change the record notification settings on your system just to add you as a BCC or a copy of whenever something advances in the workflow, you get a notification. In this case, I don't have it, but I can see here, you can see that's the one that I just completed today, 27. And if I open it and go back to edit, and oh, this is also a good point, by the way. If somebody reports or completes an inspection, but then something needs to be updated, right? Because they found more information later, or they want, you can always come back if you have the right access levels, by the way. So here, everything is yes, 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 yes. I signed it. That was my little squiggle there. No coordinates because.
So if you accidentally made a mistake in an answer, you think, oh gosh, I forgot, I put that down, and it hits you later. Once you're back, you can go in and edit it and
And most of the time, you know what it is that we forget adding a photo. Or maybe we thought we added the photo and it didn't, then you can come back and add it here. So that way or if new information came to light, you can always come back and add it in, which is good because I think it's a great tool to be able to come back and change it. Or maybe I accidentally forgot to change the site. It's, oh no, that wasn't for Mount Bryan. That should have been for the warehouse. So that way, this will automatically update on your dashboard, on your reports, on your metrics, which is exactly what you want. You want to be accurate.
Because sometimes I guess when we're logging in inspection or we're going through a situation where our mind is racing and adrenaline's hitting us and we're like, oh God, we've got to do this quickly, you can become unaware of simple little mistakes that you might make. And so it's important to be able to remove yourself from the situation and know that if you do make a mistake, it's okay. You can come back later and let's fill it in again properly when your mind's refreshed almost.
Oh, 100%. That's spot on, Christina. Now, the other little bit that I wanted to show you that was relevant to today, and that's, remember that for this part, you don't need the app. For this one, you only use the camera of your device or your tablet, which is related to QR code for online learning or training modules online. So that's something new, and this is a linking to what we spoke about like 3 months before, Christina. It was Easter when we did that seminar or that webinar. And that is here in the online learning. So online learning is not because it's kind of like it's not, you don't use it on the app because this is more like a platform that you put all your courses that you want people to access remotely. And they either be in SCORM, PDF, or MP4. But for this, the QR code or the link, you don't need the app for. This will just work as it is, and I can show you how that looks very soon. But if I have a new employee and I need them to do, actually, no, I got a great example here. One of my clients said that they love this online learning, the public invitation side of things, because before when a visitor used to come to their site, they had to do the evacuation awareness training so they know what the master point is, who is the chief warden, and the whip, whip, whoop, whoop, the alarm that the 2 alarms that go on when there's an evacuation. Then they say, since they having this, instead of sending the link, they were sending the link and nobody was doing the training before. they were always, oh, sorry, I forgot to do that. Can I do it now? And they had to, okay, go on this website, complete this training. Now, when that happens, what they're doing is they went into the course admin section, they created a public invitation, and now they have their QR code. So they printed this QR code.
And they have it in front of their desk or something.
Exactly. So they printed the QR code, they put the name for visitors, complete this evacuation awareness before you sign in. It would take 5 minutes.
And so this is the same as what Ken mentioned before. This QR code won't change. So
this QR code won't change, no.
Perfect. So you are able to print it and pop it on a bulldozer or pop it on your reception desk or wherever you need it, and it won't change.
This one won't change. Look, the only time it will change and is only, I would say, when you create a new course, then you create a new QR code. But as long as the course is this, and there's some samples here, for example, this, I think it's the scissor lift induction, right? So you can put it in the scissor lift before you operate this scissor lift, make sure you do the training, and then you can go and do the training. Now, what happens when you scan that? This will show up. And it's as simple as putting the person's email, first name and last name. And for this in particular, you don't need a login.
Amazing.
So this is for a visitor. Now, if you have an employee that you need them to do online learning, if they scan the QR code, if they sign in with the Myosh credentials, then it knows, the system knows, oh, this is a user of the system. Or you can just send them the notification. They get an email with the notification anyway, if they are part of your employee team. But this is more somebody that just came for one day for 1 hour, volunteers. This is actually a great example. One of our clients, they're using this for the volunteers because they see, and they told me that they have between 40 to 50 volunteers per day. And they only come for a day for a couple of hours and say, oh, it's really hard for us to track. But if we have an evacuation, we need to be able to have a list that tells me, Christina, oh, yeah, check. When they go to the master point, they can actually produce, and it will be, I'll show you how.
And yeah, that's amazing.
Right, because you have to do a checklist of, okay, I have these people working today and these people visited us today. And just to be accountable for them. But here, you do that, complete the course. And when you complete the course, let me go back here to the training records. Because remember, I'm a visitor, right? And here how it says external name, that's the visitors. So I'm gonna put it here to the front. So I'm a visitor. So that's what my name is, Antonio. I completed the evacuation awareness. So if for any reason I need to have a look, I just filter by external visitor and it will show me everybody that is external. So these are my team. These are my employees. These here are just visitors. Or you can change even the form to say volunteers if you want, but external username makes sense. And let's quickly open his, because you can see here that it will tell you, okay, this is an external person. This is the name, last name, and this is the day where they completed, and it's an online learning course. So all the options are there, and this is the link just in case if you need to. If they, oh, sorry, I couldn't complete it in one thing. Can you send me back the link? You can get the link back to them, just in case somebody, if they are.
You can keep a clear audit trail of exactly who's done what. Should anything happen, you can say, okay, look, these people have done this.
And I learned this, by the way, from a client that they say, oh, if I want to create just a view of the external users, then they just went into the system, creating a default view called external users. And all they did was just remove the name. And then they just went and filter by, and they pretty much hid that's it, version status.
So you're able to basically create reports based on different types of information that you'd like to pull. So you're wanting to pull information on basically all the contractors, all the volunteers, all the external users that have used a public link. You can do that within here.
Correct. You can do it here in the system. Once you have them, you can filter by that. So let's just go back to the default
all very
view.
flexible.
Default view coming back soon. And that's the other thing. And when they complete the course as a bonus, they get a certificate.
Hey, look at that.
And they can download. That's more for your team though, not for the visitors. For your team, yes, because you can add that to the profile if you need to.
So staying on the online learning page, Ken has asked, can we edit that screen to put their own company name on there?
As in, no, these courses are just samples, Scrum courses, samples that we have. But if, for example, this is if your company, if you have a course, you can add, I'll show you really quick here. So you can add the course name, the logo, and the logo could be your image.
So
So
yes,
it could be your company name. Yeah, you can. So
yep.
this is just us demo. So if you see this is just says evacuation awareness, and you can put evacuation awareness Myosh, and then the Myosh logo here. This is entirely up to you, 100%. You can, yes. But look, that's all from me from today. Like,
I do have one other question from
yes,
Nicole.
please.
Nicole has mentioned that she's been using Myosh and the Viking app since 2019 and asked if there is a plan to improve the app. Some users report it as clunky and difficult to use. And Nicole, I can say yes. I believe I'm under the right impression. Antonio, correct me if I'm wrong, but we are under great development updates and upgrades at the moment. And there is constant improvement happening in the background, and we're very, very close to launching a new interface, and it's all very exciting. So there is no doubt in my mind that the app will be updated sooner rather than later.
And also, just to follow up on what Christina said, please, any feedback that you have, what you like to see on the app, let us know, because at some point QR codes was not even a thing on the app. And that came from feedback from clients. So please, your feedback is valuable. It's taken into consideration in what we do. And we love to share stories. If you share stories with us, we're not going to share your name, but we mention it like I just did today. Oh, one of my clients said this, one of my clients said that, because that just give you like the light bulb moment, like, oh, actually, I never thought of that before. So we will listen to what you have to say. And if you check the app, when you download the app, it tells you like has been improved or update, the bugs fixes, but we're working on it all the time.
Exactly. And going back to Ken's question, he meant the introduction screen. In the introduction screen, you put the external person's name. He said, can we put the company name there instead?
For us in the online learning, when
Yes.
they scan with the picture that I just shared before, I will put the person name, because if there's an evacuation, then it needs to be attached to a name.
I guess you could maybe put both, like say, for example, Myosh and then Antonio, or
Let me
depending if
open
they're
it.
a contractor or something like that.
Oh, but the good thing is, like, if, for example, if you're a contractor, when you put your email address, your name and last names, and you are already a contractor with Myosh, it will like pick up that, okay, that email is associated to this. Okay, so when it comes like that, you don't have to worry. You can add it maybe into the comment section, or you can just, when you go to the front desk, or I'm here, I'm a visitor, you put email, last name, and you can tell the person, because somebody's gonna see that record coming to verify that you finish, and they can come back. For example, if I'm in the front desk and can you just finish that, I can come back here. Okay, oh yeah, perfect, I see you've done it, amazing, well done, thank you for that. And I can come add in the comments here, Ken is for this company ABC. So that would be, but in this instance, we'll always ask you for your username, which is going to be your first name and last name, and then your email. And the admin person in the front desk can finish this off.
Amazing. Nicole has asked, is there a rollout date for the new interface, and will that apply to new and existing clients, or do we need to sign up to the new interface? Nicole, and again, Antonio, correct me if I'm wrong, Nicole, it'll all just depend on what version you're currently using. If you're currently already using Viking, it will automatically roll over, I believe, once it's launched. However, if you're on the previous version, we will need to look at migration options, but there are so many different options that you can choose from. So there's no different, there's going to be quite a few variables that would need to go through to answer you specifically. Is that correct, Antonio?
Yeah, and look, when it's ready to go, you'll be notified,
Definitely.
because we're still going to give you the choice to, if you want to see things as they look right now, like, the orange and gray scheme, you can still continue to use that, but the new interface looks amazing. It's not ready quite yet, but almost, and you'll be able to have a look and say, oh, I like it. And then,
Exactly.
but you know more.
Perfect. Does anybody have any other questions before we log off for today? I'll just wait a little bit. In the meantime, thank you so much, Antonio. That was amazing, very informative. I just want to let everybody know that we're going to be continuing to roll out little snippets and little module updates and little casual chats like this one throughout the rest of the year over different modules. And going back to the online learning one, we've just locked in the next one, which will be on the 1st of August. So we'll get back to you with more online learning information and updates from there. In the meantime, I can't see any more questions or chats. So I just want to thank you, Antonio. You've been amazing. And I want to thank you all for watching and joining us today. Like I said, this has been recorded, so we'll be able to upload it to our YouTube channel. It will be uploaded to Spotify and Apple Music as a podcast, as well as shared on our website. And I will email it through to you all after today's session. So I'll leave you all to it, and we look forward to catching you at the next webinar.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Christina, for organizing.
See you. Bye.